Hello, beautiful community. It is Ashen here coming at you with another video, and my intention here is to actually change your life. I don't want you to just watch this YouTube video for a form of entertainment. I want you to actually see that I am a human being, that this video is not just some other form of social media that's floating through the interweb. This is a resource that is being handed to you by someone who has personal experience on these topics and has designed for you a map from who I used to be and what used to hold me back, and I'm giving it here to you today, not to listen to or passively get some kind of inspiration after this video, apply it for maybe 24 to 48 hours, and then forget I ever existed. I want you to actually follow along with me with a journal. I want you to actually see this as a free workshop on life. I want you to actually make notes, do some of the exercises I'm going to present, write down your thoughts as I bring up the new topics inherent here, write down your homework for the things that you're going to do after you watch the video, because this is a video that is going to be an intense reflection exercise to bring you into your most empowered self. The reason that it is important for each one of us to step into our most empowered version is because humanity needs you. Humanity needs you in your diversity, in your gifts, in how special you are. We need every single human on this planet, no matter what country you're in or what life situation you're in, to be your best self, because there is suffering on this planet today, and we can be the change to not only reduce our own suffering, but to also reduce the suffering of the planet by coming together as a greater puzzle piece to fit into place to bring humanity what it is that we need. In this video, we are going to be talking about how to claim our most empowered aspect of self here, now, and today. I want to break the disconnection between your idea of your most empowered self being 10 years from now, being something that you have to go to Thailand and speak to the monks to get. I want you to break this idea that it is this thing that is removed from where you are now in your life. There are different levels of empowerment, but you can claim your most empowered aspect here, now, and today, and we're going to talk about how to do that. To start with, I want you to think of a name to invoke your most empowered aspect of self. Mine is Ashen Wolf. What would you call the most empowered aspect of yourself to identify a different story than the one that you've been telling yourself in the past? To identify a different capability and a different sense of self that has said those past stories, that has been identified with those past thoughts, and that was allowing the trauma or the past experiences to be the reason why change did not occur and why they stayed stuck in that pain. And I'm not in any way devaluing pain. I personally know how hard it can be to go through these experiences and be stuck in pain and not really know where the resources are to get out of it. That being said, we have to have that understanding while personally taking accountability for the fact that we are the ones to make that change. Life is not easy, it is not simple, and it is not here to be. But it can be full of magic. It can be full of beautiful things. And it is not for the few, it is for everybody to experience that part of life. And these aspects of life, everybody gets to have that. I want you to think of your power story. A power story is this: our most difficult past, our most difficult times that we have gone through have been perfectly orchestrated by our higher self in the universe at large to bring us to our desire for a sense of purpose and change and impact within this world. What we went through taught us what we did not want And it is because we are the ones to bring the opposite experience to this world. So whatever it is that you learned you did not want, the very thing that you are meant to bring to this planet in the opposite. You are meant to be the change of what you went through. And honestly, that's what makes us the most passionate about this at the end of the day, is because we are advocating for our past selves that have gone through what we never want to experience again, and we don't want anyone in this world to experience again. From there, you want to write down how where you've been has brought about your desire for a new life, a new passion, a new purpose. How are they linked together? What is the connection between what you want to do with your life, if you could do anything, and what your past self has gone through, the worst of it? You then want to figure out, what is the bridge? What is the story or the journey or the process that gets one person from that place to the next place on their journey? And you want to write as deeply as possible any information that you can possibly channel on what all these next versions of yourself may look like, the decisions that they may make, how they may walk, how they may talk, the daily choices that they make, exactly where they are. I want you to see that your most empowered self is born from where you are today. It is not something that happens when a magic fairy comes down from the sky and picks you up and says it's happening. It happens in the exact circumstances you are currently in, with you altering, making slightly different choices, walking a different way, speaking a different way, maybe eating a different way, and changing every choice that you have access to with your free will, doing what you need to do to heal, doing what you need to do to change your perspective, and doing what you need to do to reset. Every time we go to sleep at night, it is an opportunity that when you wake up in the morning, you get to be a new you. That is really what the sleep cycle is all about, and why it was designed in this physical world. Because our higher universal aspect knew that the human ego is strong, it's a fighter. But we designed the sleep cycle so that we could differentiate between one day to the next. This is a new day. This is a new dawn. This is a new era. Every single day that you wake up is a chance to be a completely radically different person. And it doesn't matter your past mistakes, and it doesn't matter any day that you went to sleep feeling like you didn't do enough, or feeling like you weren't your best version of self, or feeling like it was the same old, same old. I don't care if you have 10 days where you feel like you're your best self, and then you have 10 days where you feel like you're your worst self. I want you to see that it doesn't matter, because even if 10 days went by one way and 10 days went by another way, the next day is still a choice to say, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to be that most empowered self again today, and use going to sleep at night and being like, I didn't give today my all, as your push to say, tomorrow is a new era, and I am the creator who rules this era. We're gonna get into our next exercise of how to really access your most empowered self. Again, to be clear, I want us to completely throw out and get rid of this idea of the empowered self being some future aspect where everything has come to them and blah 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 blah. No. Your most empowered self is one step at a time from where you are in the exact circumstances you're in today, making different choices and decisions and thoughts with your own free will, healing, finding resources, relying on the universe at large to create a new version of yourself born from this moment in time. My name is Ashen Wolf, and to me, the name of the meaning Ashen is the idea that I was reborn from the ashes, because who I was at one point in my life is not the same person that I am today. I am a radically different human being. And I did rely on resources within the universe, like teachers like myself, to help me out. But at the end of the day, I was the one who held myself accountable to follow the teachings, to apply the teachings, to be the person. This is your life. This is our life. And we're in this together. And you have so much magic within you already. I want you to see that everything amazing and beautiful and incredible already exists within you. And you're simply disconnected from that state a lot of the time because you're in pain and because you're in experiences that are unwanted. The human ego is designed to go towards pleasure and get away from pain. And unfortunately, that means that a lot of the time humans are noticing, okay, I'm in this painful experience, so I'm going to cope and I'm going to try to do anything that I can to get away from this pain by being comfortable. But the truth is, that's not how it works. That's not how you find true pleasure from pain. You don't run away from the pain and how can I in this moment get a little bit of pleasure no matter the pain? How can I shove the pain under a carpet and drink a margarita until it's all over? No, that's the easy way out. And guess what? The easy way out is always the way that brings the least amount of fruit. If you want to truly claim your life, the way about it is this. We face the pain. We face everything that is unwanted in our life. We face how bad it is. We face the discomfort. We face that we are currently in pain. And we move towards pleasure by doing anything that we can to actually resolve the root cause of that pain and focus on the magic and the pleasure that we know will be born from going through that experience instead of staying stuck in the experience and pretending like a little 5-year-old kid that you're not there every day. I've done this too a million times in my life, and I am never mocking you when I say these kind of metaphors. I'm calling you out because I'm someone who's calling myself out every day. And this is what we need to do to claim our empowerment, is hold each other accountable to be our best versions of self. Because guess what? You are 10,000 million times to the trillion times more powerful than you have been led to believe by society. You have mechanisms of chakras and meridians and a body that is running to balance your hormones and your thermal range, and you have this intuition and you're connected to your higher self and you have all of these talents and gifts. We are magical beings. We have so many things in our nervous system. We have so many technologies in our body, in our spirit, in our soul. And we need to activate it and realize that we can literally do anything and overcome anything. Any one of us. No matter the circumstances, we can find more joy. And it's step by step, little by little. Just like when you are trying to weave a huge quilt, it is stitch by stitch by stitch by stitch by stitch, and 1,000 stitches later, you got a blanket. We have to take action though. We have to move towards the magic. I want you to see that if you're already in this whatever unwanted experience that you're currently in, you already feel like maybe a certain desire is unobtainable of yours. You already feel juxed from life because of the past experiences or the current experiences that you're going through that are painful. I do not invalidate any of that, but this is where your life is right now. If you can 1000% accept your circumstances right here and right now, what would you do with your life? What would you do to feel a little bit more joy? What would you do to claim your free will a little bit more? What would you do to make your new version tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day? I want you to reevaluate your priorities. I want you to reevaluate your values. And most of all, I want you to reevaluate your commitment to life. And this is the final exercise that I will leave you to. I want you to, in a journal, channel and let the voice through of the part of you that is not committed to life, the part of you that is not making changes, the part of you that is stuck in an unwanted experience and continuing to cope and to continue to do maybe little changes at a time, but is not actually super radically committed to the level that you are capable of being committed to find your most empowered version each day and move and move and rise and rise and rise and rise and rise. I want you to channel the thoughts of this part of yourself yourself. I want you to let out the emotions. I want you to let out how unfair you think life is. I want you to let out how bullshit you think it all is. I want you to let out how you think it's never gonna change. I want you to let it all out. I want you to journal and journal and journal and let this part of you that is not committed to change, that is not committed to life out. And then what I want you to do is I want you to channel the part of you that is saying, I want to be my most empowered self. I want to live my life. I know I can do it. I know I'm here for greater things. I know. And I want you to stop saying one day with that part. I want you to say, who would I be if that was me today, who claimed that self, who was that self? What would I think? What would I be? And I want you to let out all the reasons why you want to be your most empowered self, why you want to claim your life, why you're here for it all, why you're showing up for life, why you're ready for the pain and the magic in it all. I want you to let it all out. I want you to let out that part of you that is craving to be connected to your most empowered version of self every single day, that is craving for change and that is saying, yes, I'm ready. Yes, I want it. I don't know how to do it. And I want you to find that bridge. I want you to find the third option. I want you to work between the part of you that is uncommitted to life and the part of you that is committed to empowerment. And I want you to find a middle way. I want you to work between them as if they were two separate human beings inside of you that you're having a debate with and you are trying to resolve a difference in perspective to find a middle ground. Please let me know in the comment section if you tried out any of these exercises. Please tag or share this video out with anybody that you think could benefit from it. I'm Ashen Wolf, and just remember, I'm in your corner. I love you.